And I think it's a sad day for our community when one juror can thwart the intentions of the other 11.
Without a unanimous decision from the jury, Judge Peeler did the only thing he could do, sentence Wiley to life. In fact, he was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences plus 45 years. Under state law, Wiley could be eligible for parole in 7 years. But Judge Peeler looked at Wiley and said, "I'll do everything in my power to make sure you're never out on the streets again." Philip Buice, Betty Ann Miles, and their families clung to each other and sobbed uncontrollably. After the sentencing, in an unprecedented move, Judge Clarence Peeler asked which juror was it who refused to vote for the death penalty. He was identified. Many people now believe that juror may be harassed. Among them, Wiley's defense attorney, Paul Cobb.
I will think he'd be subject to a good bit of harassment from certain elements.
You obviously think he's a strong individual, holding out.
Absolutely. I'm proud of him.
But an angry district attorney believes he and the community were cheated by the juror who held out.
If that juror believes in the death penalty, then I can only ask, what in God's name would that juror believe that a death penalty should be imposed for? This is the most horrible case I've seen in the 8 years I've been in this courthouse.
Betty Ann Miles, the woman who survived Wiley's vicious attack, and Gene Buice's husband, Philip, were too emotional to talk to the media, but they did ask Wilson to read their statements.
Betty Ann Miles has asked that I read this statement on her behalf. Personally, I am disappointed, but in the end, I believe that all things work together for the good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And Gene and I love the Lord.
Then he read Mr. Buice's statement.
I still have faith in the justice system, but I do not feel that full justice has yet been achieved. It will be very hard to tell my daughters that the man who brutally murdered their mother will be allowed to live.
Many Decatur residents share Philip Buice's grief and believe that justice was not done. Hank Philippi has that story.